I have got a pattern review for you. We're going to be doing the McCall's 7089 pattern. This pattern was printed in 2015, so it is a couple years old. However, I don't know that this is one of those patterns that is going to go out of print, because I've always come across it anytime that I was looking for new patterns at the fabric store. And this lady, Joy, I forget what her last name is. I checked out her book from the library one time. I didn't really care for her book. Sorry. I didn't really care for it. It didn't help me any. I just took it back to the library. But this pattern is one of those create the perfect fitting tips for real sewing solutions. So it's supposed to help you fit for real people, which I don't know what that means, because I think if you pay bills and you wake up and you go to sleep, you're a real person, no matter what your body shape is like. Sorry if you disagree with me. Not sorry. But this pattern here is a basic sheath dress. Here it is color blocked with two of my favorite colors, gray and blue. And what she's got here with the grid is actually where she's going to help you with your fitting at. I ain't going to be doing all that because I've surpassed that. So I am going to be color blocking my dress though, which I'm super excited about. The sleeves are going to be shorter than this because it's summertime. It's like 89 degrees outside right now. I don't have central air in my apartment, but y'all know that. And it's hot. That's probably why this makeup's looking crazy. And I'm going to be color blocking this because I've been wanting to do this for a really long time, but I've never found that perfect fabric to just color block it with. So recently, Joann Fabrics came out with these awesome colors with metallic paint on top of it, and I couldn't pass it up. As soon as I saw it, I was like, when is y'all's next sale? So this pattern here's the line art. So they've got it color blocked all over the place. We're not gonna be doing that. I'm not really fond of this dress on the front. I like those colors. I don't like those colors on this dress. I think that's a little bit too much going on, but it's also super plain. So the two fabrics that I'm going to be using that are from Joann Fabrics is a gold and orange quilting cotton and a silver and turquoise quilting cotton. This is from their Keepsake Calico collection. It was $9.99 a yard, and then there was some percentage off, like 40% off, and then you got an additional 20% off. So I got it for about $5 a yard, and I've got a yard and a half of each. The pattern calls for, in a size 16, 4 3/4 yards. So I'm a little bit short. I'm gonna have to go back and buy more, guys. It's not making me happy. But again, the sleeves are not going to be as long as hers. I'm going to have to lengthen it though. This is going to be a problem for me. Why did I only buy 1.5 yards? Maybe I bought, yeah, I only bought 1.5 yards. I'm going to have to go back and buy some more. Oops. Oh, I still got time to do that though. Because today, Keepsake Calico fabric is 70% off. But I know that they don't have this one at my local Joann's. I know they don't have it. They have this one, but not this one. 5 minutes and 38 seconds. Okay. Anyway, this here is the pattern. Go pick it up. This here is the fabric. Make sure you pick up enough. And here is my finished project. this is my metallic foil dress. I told you guys would be seeing a lot of orange and blue this year. I promise that. I have a lot of orange and blue projects still set up for this year. But this is the finished project, and I will say this pattern is not one of my favorites, but you guys probably already knew that. You know, I really don't care for straight dresses because they don't do your girl any justice. But I love the colors of the dress. That I absolutely love. I don't know really what else I would have done with these fabrics besides a dress like this, because I feel like a fit and flare dress may have been a bit much. Although I'm sure that I could have really, if I had held onto the fabrics maybe for longer, maybe in the future I would have come across a pattern that I already have, or maybe that one that will be made that would have fit the what I really wanted for this fabric. Like I really do like that it has the two-sided contrasting metals and colors. I just don't particularly like this style of dress. It wouldn't matter what the fabric was. And I will say, for as easy as the pattern is, I feel like it took a long time. Now, I do believe that the pattern is not supposed to be lined, because it's actually a Create the Perfect Fit Fitting Tips for Real Sewing Solutions pattern. So it's not actually supposed to be a dress. On the back of the pattern, and I may have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but I filmed the beginning of the video months ago. On the back of the pattern in the description, it says this pattern, use this pattern as a fit pattern. So really this is not supposed to be a dress. But I made it into one, and I really don't like it. I thought that I would, but I don't. There are a couple of mistakes that I've made. It took way too long to make this dress. That's also part of the reason why I don't ever want to see this pattern again. Because it's very simple. But I've made a lot of elements to it because I wanted to do one side of it orange and one side of it blue. If it had all been the same fabric, it probably would have gone a lot faster and had not been lined, because when you line something fully, it's like making two dresses at the same time. With that being said, it took way too long for me to make this dress, and about halfway through making it, I was just like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. So I wasn't enthused to finish it. So like I started on it a couple weeks ago, and I finished it this morning before the meeting, and I'm glad that it's done, and then I can move on to some other projects that I really want to do. A couple things that I did wrong. The dress is a size 14, so that's a problem. So I don't really have a fitted bust, and I don't like that. So I bought this in the wrong size back before I realized I was a size 16. And it's just kind of, to me it looks sloppy in the bust. But the top is a size 14 and the skirt is a size 10. That's the good thing that I did. The mistake that I made is this bodice here, I did not braid to transition between the 14 to the 10. So I ended up with fabric that was just kind of hanging off, and then after I sewed all the pieces together, I had to go in and kind of like with my rotary cutter, kind of like angle it to the right place, which ultimately ended up with a pretty good fit. It wasn't that big of a mistake that I made, but I've got a little bit of buckling back here in the zipper area, and I think that's because of not braiding the middle part correctly. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there is a bust part, a center part, and then the skirt. And the center part is where I messed up. It's not a really big mistake, and if I really liked this dress, I would go in and fix that zipper mistake by taking in between the shoulder blades probably a ½ inch on both sides, but I don't like the dress that much. I am going to wear it again, but this is just not one of my favorites. I just love the fabric. That's what will keep me coming back to this dress year after year. I don't know, the skirt is just a little bit too straight on me, and I realize There's nothing for it to curve around, but it's just a little bit too straight. I've had dresses that weren't as straight. So I think the one thing that I can do to go in and fix that is kind of taper it at the knee a little bit. So slightly take it in so it won't be as... I did adjust the sleeves. They came out exactly how I wanted them to. I angled them up just a little bit for the cap sleeve. So that's about my favorite part of the whole dress is the sleeves. I absolutely love them. This is the first time a short sleeve came out just how I wanted it to. And it was actually kind of hard to match what shoe I was going to wear with this. At first I thought I was going to do a gold shoe, and then I realized I don't have a gold shoe, and then I was like, well, maybe I can do a silver shoe. I have a silver shoe, but it's a closed-toed shoe, and it's summertime, it's hot, I'm hot right now. So then I tried on a brown shoe, the same color as my skin tone. That was going flat, so I went with the white because I've worn white with orange and blue before, and it worked perfectly. So this is what happened. Also, the other mistake that I made with the bodice is I did not shorten it for petite. How did I miss that? I don't know. I think I was so excited about making this dress that I kind of just rushed through the preparation of cutting the fabric out. But I don't have to worry about that no more because won't see this ever again. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't try it. I don't think that it would be helpful to a beginner to do this dress unless you are going to want to try and do a color block dress. That will be the only reason why I would suggest this pattern. But nah, I'm gonna have to pass on that one. But it is finished. It's beautifully colored, and I brought out me a oldie but a goodie because I thought, why don't we get some hair matching with this here dress? And my lipstick was orange earlier. It's now red because I ombre'd it. It was dark brown, then orange, and then peach. And when I rubbed my lips together, it was this perfect orange color, and now it's kind of like a reddish pink. It's weird. But anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. I'm hot, I'm hungry, and I'm sleepy. How I always am. Always. Well, this has been the review of the McCall's 7089 perfect fit pattern. Put it in the vault if you want to. It is not one that you're going to miss. There are many other things that McCall's has come out with that are far more interesting than this dress. And that also may be part of the reason why I don't care for it, because I really didn't put my spin on it. I thought that the fabric was going to be busy enough that I did not have to do anything extra to it. And I do feel like this dress is missing some elements. I really, really do. So, not one of my favorites, but a great fabric choice. So, I suggest you go ahead and get the fabric, if nothing at all, and nothing else that I review on this particular dress. I definitely suggest that you go get these fabrics. They're going to be in the quilting cotton section with the keepsake calico fabrics. So yes, this is a quilting cotton, but I pre-washed my fabrics with fabric softener, and to me it comes out just fine. There is a little bit of wrinkling on the back of the dress here, but that's because I drove to Cincinnati and back visiting the newest Joann's in the area. But other than that, I think that the fabric does just fine, especially if you decide to line it. When I've chosen not to line quilting fabrics, they don't wear as well. So if you are wanting to experiment with non-stretch fabrics and non-apparel fabrics, go for it. They're often more variety and more they're not as expensive. They're not as expensive. So I say go for the fabric, leave the pattern. Okay, I will see you guys for our next sewing project. See you guys.